Mic check. Good morning. All right, getting the charts loaded up here. Welcome aboard. While that is going, let's get started. Welcome aboard, everyone. What exactly is Algorithmic, and why do our traders absolutely love it? Michael Othrew. Are you ready? Indeed. Welcome back. Don't forget, trading is risky. Make sure you understand all of that. And if trading is for you, this might also be the place for you. Let's get into some of these charts.
DCDMES on the one.
All right, let's get down here to the entry chart. Wow, a little bit of a mess there. Let's go up top left here real quick. Slightly higher time frame. Do you guys remember yesterday in the morning session, then reiterated in the afternoon session, we had drawn this. This was the cave from yesterday. We are still here. We have come back to this location. We thought it would be an area of importance. And sure enough, it is still sitting there now. So that's something we're going to be keeping an eye out on. That is a beautiful Enigma moonshot all the way up there. That is a 139 tick up move to the DCDM target up top. This one also went its 20 ticks as far as 36 ticks from the bottom off of that prior Enigma. So 2 in a row there. It is still 10 minutes before the US Open. Let's take care of a few of the housekeeping items. How about real-time protection? I saw somebody type that in the chat. Speaking of the chat, let's go ahead and get the chat here on screen so I can see your lovely conversations. There we go. Thank you, Eddie, for that reminder. Yes. Just like a video gamer would, we would want to turn off real-time protection and other things that are going to slow down our computer, because while we're playing the video game called trading, we want to have our PC performing at its highest. So I'm going to come here to security, go into virus and threat protection, manage settings, and there it is, the infamous real-time protection. Go ahead and turn that off. Yes, thanks Nightbot for reminding us. Use code ALGOBOX for the best pricing on Apex. You will get the absolute best discount offer always with Apex. And don't forget, if you do sign up with an Apex account, we are doing a back to school offer. We've extended the Christmas in July offer and added an additional payment plan option thanks to the PayPal provider that has gotten us set up with a payment plan option for you guys. If you would like to take advantage of that, it is now in the announcements section as well as on the website. I think I have a... Let's see. Do I have a graphic for that? Oh, I've got the old graphic. That's okay. Eddie, Curtis, remind me, and let's get the updated graphic here for the back-to-school offer. So, slightly different, but it is still the $24.99, including everything. But now you also have a payment plan option. Check that out there in the announcements section if you guys would like to get involved. Don't forget, there's also a 2-week free trial for everything you see here. And, of course, our trade room is open to the public as long as you follow our community rules. And there are free tools like this one. On the left-hand side, you guys will be seeing me use. This is the Mac VU. This is telling me the correlated instruments of the mains like ES, Nasdaq, Dow, Russell, that the overall direction and what you would call the trend, not of just one single instrument, but all 4 of those. Higher time frame trend. What is the current higher time frame trend that if we want to be hitting runners, I want to be going in the direction of our Mac VU. So currently we are in strong sell. We have been, I like to look back to the left side here a little bit, and you see we have been reds most of the morning here for the last, well, that's only the last 20 minutes or so, but from 9 a.m. there this morning, we are to the red side here this morning. Now that can shift quickly, especially there at the morning open. The Mac VU is less interesting to me in the morning than it is in the afternoon. The afternoon, it becomes almost vitally and critically important to me. But in the morning, there are times and areas where that can shift as I go along and teach that for myself. Okay, so let's look at our time. It is 6 minutes. The U.S. Open, currently very slow. I'm sitting on ES right now. I'm considering moving over to the Nasdaq, the old trusty Nasdaq. Let me look. I believe we were getting some emails this morning from our brokers. Did you guys get emails from NinjaTrader there this morning on the... Put these back around here. From margins. Let's look at what the margins are here this morning. Give me one moment. Did anyone else get emails from your brokers letting you know what the margins are going to be there this morning? Hey, Pablo. How's it going, Project? What's up, Bruce? Petro? Vincenzo, how are you, sir? Great to see you, brother. Turn off real-time scanning. Let's see. Anything else there this morning? Mic is good. Awesome. What's up, Missile? All right, let me check my margins here this morning with... Here, one moment. Okay, so no, we're at normal margins here this morning. Let's check news and what news events get caught off guard here this morning. So going into our room, type !news. There were 3 at 8:30, medium impact, and then 10:10, there's another medium impact. Okay, so almost a snooze day Tuesday. Not going to be a lot of news either. So that tells me I want to move to NQ. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to disconnect here. And then I'm going to right click and I'm going to shift to Nasdaq. Instrument, I'm going to switch to Rusty Nasdaq here. And hopefully we don't crash here. Okay, so we've shifted. Now I'm going to reconnect. This should fill the data, and issue there. Save this other image. While we're doing that, I'm going to update our image here while we're loading. All right, there we go. There's the back to school offer, and there is a payment plan option available there in Discord in the announcements section. That let one of our team members know there, open up a tech support ticket, etc. Okay, so did our data load here on Nasdaq? Not like happy after we switched over, so probably go restart there. All right, so let me do a restart on that. Log in with my credentials there, and here. Still have about a minute or so before the open. All right, charts are loading up here. Oh, we needed to switch to the 09 contract. Yes, make sure you are on the 09 contract. Some of my charts there, we're still sitting on the 06, looks like. My fault, clicking on the wrong button there. So rusty. Russell 2000, you think we should call the Russell 2000 the Rusty? I like it. All right, so the market just opened here about 30 seconds ago, so we should start getting some action here this morning. See if we got some movement. ES was pretty dead there this morning, so we moved over to the Nasdaq here. I'll be trading the NQ here this morning with you guys. Now normally I've got all 4 primary instruments open, but it becomes a busy workspace for people who are watching on live streams. But when I'm alone, my lonesome, I've got all 4 of them open in a 20 chart arrangement. 5 charts per instrument times 4 instruments, and that gives me my 20 charts. And that 20 chart layout is available if you download and install our system. 4K full workspace, and you just like that we have several workspaces, and we walk through all the workspace items and options where and when I would use those, particularly if you like to use them the way that I use them. Okay, so loading up here, I'm going to go to our bottom left chart here. On Nasdaq, I may need to switch to Algo Bar 2s. Feeling it's taking time here this morning. This is an issue. Might need to switch this to 2s before I relaunch. If it hangs up here and started shipping around here, should have gotten here a few minutes earlier there this morning. So I appreciate you guys' patience. Apologies for not having this already here on live stream here before that. Let's get a VIX reading here. I'm going to type exclamation mark VIX room here. We're still up in the 50s area. Wow, 30s. We're at 32.36. Almost 3 times where we had been prior weeks. So we are in some high volatility environments. Let me get my wave chart reading for the Nasdaq. Since I've shifted to Nasdaq, I want to get the Nasdaq reading here. So we post this at the beginning of the week here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for the row with Nasdaq here. And this is the optimizations that we ran. So what I care about is right here. So the trade's taking less than a minute, and we're there on the period there, 34. I want to be on the 34 range for my wave chart to feed our lower time frame charts there. So I'm going to go over to my chart. Well, it's loading. So let's give it a minute here. With all this extra volatility, it is taking time to load up all the bars. There we go. Okay, I start to see the 9s starting to work here. Okay, that one's starting to work, so that should be in there. But I'll be switching this to just a slight change here, not too much, but optimization on the wave chart. This will be on 34. Okay, it's all loaded up here. Nope, almost done. I'll just go ahead. Demonstration if you are new with this.
Upper
how easy
band
this
touch
is.
NQ on
I'm
the
going to switch this to 34
Speed
range.
upper band 300 NQ on the
34R.
Upper bands touch NQ
Enter.
on the 33.
There we go.
Upper bands
Now we are
touch
on
NQ
34.
on the
That is the
34.
optimized range for this week. Working with their
Upper
higher
bands
time
touch
frame.
NQ on the 34.
All right.
Bands touch
I'm gonna
NQ
save
on
my
the
workspace.
89. Fib.NQ on the 34. Enigma short on the NQ4.
Okay, and NQ way too fast
Speed
here
upper bands touch
on the
NQ on
ones,
the
as you can
89.
tell.
NQ on the
I'm going
34.
to disconnect here for a moment. Switch this. So I always recommend disconnecting before you make a bar
Upper
change.
bands touch
So
NQ on
even
the
right now,
89.
yeah, it's trying to up because the ones are
Divergence down NQ on
too
the
small
9.
there. So I'm going to let that slow.
Upper
And remember,
bands
I like to
touch
sit on my
NQ,
hands
lower
for
bands
5
touch
minutes, so
NQ
we're not
on the
really missing
34.
anything.
Lower bands touch
touch
NQ on the 35. Upper bands touch NQ on the 34. 534. Divergence down NQ on the
Nice
9.
Enigma long right here. Huge move
Upper
up
bands
there.
touch NQ on the
Nice Enigma
32 on the
down.
89. Upper bands
then
touch
here we had
NQ
one
on the
that
34.
DCM
NQ on
not
the
work.
upper bands touch
Two
NQ
winners.
on the 34. Upper bands touch NQ on the touch NQ on the 89. Upper bands
Let's watch
touch
that
NQ
wild
on the
action there. Let's let it
34.
catch up.
Upper bands touch NQ on the
And then
34.
I'm going to actually switch my NQ
Fib.NQ
down to
bands
up
touch
to
NQ on the
a
34.
higher
Divergence
level.
down NQ on the 9. Touch NQ on the 34. Upper bands touch NQ on the 89. Upper bands touch NQ on the 34. Upper bands touch NQ on the 34. Enigma short on the NQ1. Speed of NQ 1890
That
to
is still
29.
trying to catch up
Speed of
there.
NQ 292. Upper bands touch NQ on the 89.
I'm gonna try to switch it in between. It likely get angry, but that's okay. At this point. Otherwise, it'll have to wait a minute or so for that to load. Let's switch to Algobar 3s on lower time frame and see if that speeds things up here.
Divergent bands touch NQ on the 89. Lower bands touch NQ on the 34. Lower bands touch NQ on the 34.
Can I lower that? Yes, let me do that. Pull that back. Is that better? Okay. Test 1, test 2, test 1, test 2. Test 1, test 2. There we go. So I got the mic up and desktop down. Yeah, that's going wild there this morning. So volatility way too high here, and things still sitting there trying to catch up. So I may not be able to trade Nasdaq. Yeah, Nasdaq is way too fast. Okay. So this is not normal. Everybody who's here, and if you are brand new with us, this is not normal. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and switch to, okay, so it finally caught up here. Nasdaq is super high. Am I right? Can anybody give a readout after I'm about to connect this? I think I'm going to go ahead and switch back to ES. Yeah, in fact, I'm just going to do it. But yeah, somebody give me a readout on what your current ES speeds are there. Yeah, so I'm going to go and switch instruments to the ES. It's too wild. AB2 at 627. Yeah, we're not playing with that. So we're going to go ahead and go to our ES, which is a slower instrument. Remember, I like to approach the markets like a video game and shifting gears, like shifting gears in a car. So we are going to shift gears, and there are two ways to do that, via instrument as well as bar size. So I'm going to switch instruments here this morning because the market is so wild. I am going to trade an instrument that I hardly ever trade because it's generally too slow, but on a day like today, exactly the type of gear that you need. We've got going into the high torque gear here. Now remember, ES pays us double for our trouble. I always say, yeah, it's paying you double for your trouble. So we are going to be getting $12.50 per tick on the ES versus the Nasdaq $5 a tick. And some other options there might be crude oil or even gold right now. Those are $10 a tick. So other options there. Towards the afternoon, in fact, this afternoon, if you guys come back, I'm going to try to shift and trade gold or crude oil this afternoon. Potentially. Again, I'm not going to, if I look at them and they're just, no good, then obviously I'm not. But here we go from yesterday. Yeah, so this is much slower. Now let's come down here. I'm going to go ahead and switch to the ones. Let me come down to the lower chart for you guys so you can see this. Okay, so we got our 5 loaded up there, and I'm going to go to Algobar 1s. And didn't I just say earlier that I should disconnect before I do that? And yeah, so just hung on that. All right, gonna have to restart and relog in. Too many changes across the chart. Kind of cruising for bruising on that one, huh? All right, so I'm launching Task Manager there and gonna kill that process. I'm gonna go ahead and do a clear cache as I relaunch and launch it in high priority startup, of course. And now I'm going to log in with my credentials. Okay, so now I saved my workspace as Nasdaq earlier. I want to right click, and before I get connected, this is important. If you're, having issues like this, make your changes before you connect the data. All right, so I've switched to ES, and I'm going to save that workspace so that if we do have a crash later, I can just go right back to the workspace. There we go. Saved it twice. Everything's nice. All right, now I'm going to connect. Okay. Pro tips. Save you some technology headaches later on. There we go. Hear it kicking off now. Stuck on the higher time frames. Yeah, I think on a day like today, there could definitely be some data feed issues. Be very careful today. Again, we're going to come in and we're going to take our shots. I'd like to, get my winner chicken dinner. Maybe a bonus. In this type of environment, it's caution is the word. Okay, higher time frames still loading here. Show you. So basically, it's trying to get the data, and right now, who knows? Like the data servers are probably taxed to the max in this type of environment. And now, anybody who's wondering, we're not talking about our servers. These are data servers. Whoever your data feed provider is, could be CQG. Algorithmic. You're trading stocks, be TD Ameritrade. I think I'm going to give it the, not going to clear cache this time, but I am going to go ahead and I'm just going to kill it and restart. See if it lets me do that gently or not. Oh, okay, good. It's letting me close out. That's good. Okay, so straight relaunch, sign in here with my credentials, and back for you guys to good stuff here. All right, there we go. I figured some was cached. Yeah. Okay, so the cached is going to come first. It's cache data local to you, and then I'm going to connect to my data feed off on the side now. All right, we're going to be in business, so let me get down to our entry chart and let's see what we get going here this morning. 9:47. Now, back to where I was talking to you guys this morning. Remember this from yesterday. This is the cave. Patreon yesterday said it was going to be an area of importance. So look at them loading up. Look, algorithms kicking in right here into that same cave, filling it up. So that is no longer a cave, but they have come here and filled it up like we were talking about yesterday. Now, let's come down to the entry chart area. And let me look to the left and see what's going on with the most recent enigmas. Page up here. Okay, so there's the last one at, wow, 6:50 this morning. Okay, so long time ago on ES. Remember ES was seemed a little bit slow there, but you know, right now the other Nasdaq too fast. Might be wise for me to hit, say, RTY. You guys tell me in the chat if you are not trading Nasdaq or ES, what are you looking at? And tell me what the speed. So for instance, if you're trading the Russell RTY or Trusty Rusty, you're trading the Russell 2000 RTY, and then what chart are you looking at? If you see a good speed, right now, this is actually pretty good speed here. We're at 67. So I think I'm good here on ES, but in case if this starts to really slow down, rather than go to Nasdaq, I think I will just shift down a gear to the YM or RTY. Or if anybody is a crude oil trader or gold, let me know what those charts look like. And I may just do what I was planning on doing in the afternoon. I may just do it right now. Man of gold, trading YM. Excellent. What's a speed that you're looking at there on your chart? RTY, beautiful, 76. Okay, great. Hey Brandon, good to see you, sir. Caught the DCDM on the ES1s. Nice, very nice. Good morning, Casey.
Speed of ES69.
Hey, hooked on pips, RTY, AB1s, 151, AB2, 54. That's a nice speed there, 54 on RTY. I think I might know how we can get this to go faster, how we can get the markets to cooperate with us. You know the magic way we do that? It's top secret. But I'm going to let you in on the secret. As long as you don't tell anyone else, I'm going to tell you. Are you ready? I'm not sure if you guys are ready for this. You guys want to know?
Speed of ES78.
Okay, I'll tell you. If everyone at the same time smashes the like button, it will make the market go. Just trust me, bro. ICT told me so. Just trust me, bro. ICT said it, though. Gotta be true. I think that would actually work better, Brian. Yes, I think we should pray. Agreed. We did do our trader's prayer this morning in the Discord. If you guys want to check out that trader's prayer, type !pray in the chat. Kick out there as well. Use the fun buttons. Yes, where's the more fun button? Yes, agreed. Okay, nice double cross pushing up here to the top of this zone. That is a, let's turn audio box on now because it was going wild earlier. Here we go. Let's listen for audio box now. Here's the open. We're probably going to push into that open. I'm looking for a buy spot. Would have liked to have grabbed it at the back of that butterfly with audio box. Just was chatting it up too much. Remember, we have prior close right here as well. Prior high, way, way, way up there. What's down below us? Wow, we've got a very wide range to work with if she's going to start filling either direction. Market can go either way. So I want to pay special attention to the MACVU. I want to take plays in the direction of the MACVU. I also want to take trades when we are outside of the no fiddle zone. We just now got outside. This is the first time we've been outside that fiddle zone in a while. So now I can be looking for trades here. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my full auto Enigma. And there's a big dog right there. Okay, so this leg here going to be a key leg here this afternoon. Look up top. We got a, is that 40,000? Yes, 40,000 push up to get that move out of there. Let's go up top here. Now remember, this is ES, so those numbers are not as big as they are on the Nasdaq. So relative, if you guys have been around a while and been like, holy cow, I've never seen a big number like that, it's because we've been on Nasdaq. ES, this is less, what's the word? I want to say powerful, but for lack of better terms, if 40,000 on a NASDAQ is going to be way, way, way more. Okay, 40,000 up into that leg, that entire leg here, and there's a level 19. This is going to be an important level later today, so I'm going to mark this one as we did yesterday afternoon at the end of yesterday. Remember that key pink line that I drew? We are doing another one of those right now because of this giant set here. This is going to be kind of what I'm going to call like one of the lines in the sand today. And I'm going to make that very visual for myself. I'm going to also set it to global so I can see it on all of the charts. Let's adjust the size of this line. I'm going to make it an 8. And wait a minute, I got the wrong line here. I want my white line. There's another line there, sorry. There we go. We want this one. And make this a nice magenta. Size 8. Monstrosity. Attached to all charts. There we go. Okay, so now any chart is, I come down here to the lower time frame as well. You see, this is going to show on my charts anything that has global enabled. Now, if that didn't work for you, let me show you something everybody always forgets. So I'm here to teach, remember. I'm going to come here to data series. And there is an option in here that allows global drawing objects. Here it is right here. You need to make sure this is set. This is one of those hidden settings, okay? Just so we drill it into ourselves here today. Let's have everybody type this in the chat. Type in show global draw objects. Show global draw objects. Everybody type that into the chat. This will ingrain it in your mind because this happens all the time. You're going to forget about this. I promise. I've been doing this a long time. I've forgotten it. You guys forget it. It's like, huh, why are these not drawing up? Oh, yeah, the other charts have to allow the global drawing objects. It doesn't just automatically go to all your other charts. Now, if you're using our defaults out of the box, they will come up on your lower time frames. Now, I want to show you something else though. Some of my charts, you'll be like, well, why wouldn't I just have that on all the time, Vinny? I'll show you why. Let's go ahead and use this as a teaching moment here. because speed's not great, not exciting. So you notice it's not showing up on my higher time frame charts, right? I don't have it here, I don't have it here, I don't have it here. That is on purpose, because if I am drawing something from one of these, I call these receivers, okay? The two lower time frame entry charts, those are my entry charts that I'm going to be pressing the buttons off of. These are informational charts. Higher time frame information, executions on my entry charts, E, execution, E, entries. Everybody got that? So I want that information. I want the information charts to feed down to my entry charts, but I do not want, if I got something here on my entry charts, I don't want to feed that up to the information charts. It just gets cluttered, whatnot. Everybody understand? The reason I'm doing that is so that I can instantly see what's happening on a higher time frame, so I can take executions where I'm focused in as I'm zooming in here to my lower time frame chart, and I want to get all the way up in there, and I'm heads down into this chart. And I'm not looking around at my other charts, but I want to see this right here that we identified on a major event. Make sense? Everybody get that? So therein lies your show global draw objects, which I don't know why it would be drawing. I'm sure they're saving the text step, but here it's weird. Show global draw objects. There you go. So I purposely do not have it on the higher time frames because it will get a mess, because oftentimes I want to have multiples of these on higher time frames, and on a higher time frame they all look all mashed up. Okay, so there is a reason, and it's just experience talking there for you. So there we go. Okay, so we're picking up some speed finally. 66. Yes, getting some speed. Nice. Yes, show global draw objects. Yeah, it's true. Some of them, they are off. So if you do want them, as Pips is saying, yes, he's 100% correct. So that's why, hopefully, of course, this lesson is now buried in some live stream. Eddie, maybe if you can clip that section in this video, and let's get that into its own video. I still have continuous on, make a note, so this is automatically going to enter me in right now. I'm fine with that, as long as what? Pop quiz. I can have my full auto turned on right now as long as it's not where. Where would we not, say we, where would I not want to have my full auto turned on? Where's one spot that I'm going to go ahead and click the off button in this type of environment? But yeah, that little section on global drawing objects, we have people ask in the chat in Discord often, and it'd be good to just have that, me walking through that. In the fiddle zone, that's true. How about a little bit farther? One more detail. I don't mind it being on in the fiddle zone. What's a spot that I really don't want it? There we go. Let's see if we get all the way to target 2. So we got target 1. Don't know if I'm going to be able to get target 2 there. We're getting a cluster right here. Hopefully that's going to help and pop it up, but we don't know. Targets filled on full auto. $375 for my first trade. All of that time, and then there we go. Trade number 1, $375. Very exciting, very exciting. All right, nothing wrong with celebrating your wins. And that came right down to our big 19, right on the pink line. Enigma shows up saying, hey, yeah, we're getting algorithmic activity ready to launch. And she does, gets us our 20 plus sum. The move from in there was 38 ticks from the Enigma. Very nice. And we grabbed about 15 out of it. Oh, you barely hear the music? I forgot. We turned that down a lot, didn't we? Sorry. How about this?
Look at this guy. I love it.
Upper bands touch ES on the 34.
All right. Is the music back to normal now?
Speed of ES 70.
Wow.
Okay, we got 7 minutes until there's a news event at 10:10. It is a medium impact, but we should still respect it in several things here. It's also the 10:10 sit on hands coffee time, so it tends to be a spot where I like to take a break there, a little 20-minute area where things get a little bit nuts. At the same time, I have found that full auto works pretty well. I've focused specifically around the Nasdaq, so I don't know what the stats are around the ES. I'll be a little more cautious with that around ES. I wanted to get back to as soon as that trade came in there earlier, there was a spot that I was trying to get with, speaking of teaching, was not necessarily in the fiddle zone. Who wants to give me a little more detail on where do I want to turn this off? What do I teach you guys where I want to specifically turn this off or get tricky with it in reverse? There's a particular location that I want to turn full auto off when it comes to the Enigmas. Where would that be? What specifically am I looking for? Let's see who's been paying attention here. Speaking of paying attention, we've got slide legs. That is a slide leg. That is a temptation leg. Yes.
57.
Let's be careful with that one. You stair stepper down, smooth leg up. Got to be careful of traps. Yes. The zero loan. I call it flat. You'll use the word flat. The flat line. Yes. I like to, just so everybody's clear, because it has multiple names. Zero line, if you said zero line, you're correct. Dead flat zero dev, yes, you can't get any more accurate than that. Mr. Hooked on Pips he is so attentive to detail. There are very few people as attentive to detail as Mr. Pips. But yes, what I'm looking for, to keep it simple, you're hearing what Vinny says, it's in the flat line. Everybody type flat line in the chat. I'm going to type it as well, because it's a spot that even myself, I want to remember. Flatline, right? I mean, it's kind of, I don't want to be morbid, but if you flatline, means your heart's not beating, right? So flatline in a hospital is a flatline. So I like to think of the flatline, it's kind of a dead zone, okay? So I call it the flatline. Do not, for me, I want to go, Vinny, remember, don't turn this on in the flatline. Turn it off in the flatline, okay? Flatline, 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 flatline. But yes, if you said zero loan, that zero line, it is technically correct. It is the 0 point inside of the MACVU deviation zone. It is in the no fiddle zone, so that's all accurate. But what I'm looking for in the future, make me very, very proud, if everyone can remember, turn it off on the flat line, okay? If we approach the flat line, now, why do I say approach the flat line and hit it? Is because we also found, even from yesterday, let's say that we have gotten to the flat line and I turn it off.
Speed
Give our
OBS 80.
design teaching here. So right now we're outside the fiddle zone, so everything's good. I got full auto turned on, so I'm not worried. It's going to go ahead and take the trades for me right now. So we're out here. That's cool. That's a good spot. I'm down with it. Up top, down bottom, fine. If this were to, with the blue, so our little hill here is going like this, but if we come here, boom, and we hit the flat line, okay, I want to turn it off, okay, and around it. Now we start to move away from it. Okay, cool. Now I turn it back on about halfway to the outside there. I'm fine. But oftentimes this will come in here and just sit. Now, if it sits here and then we have this scenario, hit, and then we start doing this, and we're flat on the zero like this continuously, right around here, if we have played, I want to call played, air quotes here, played on the flat line, now I can turn it back on, because oftentimes as we move out or off of this line, like zoom, and if an enigma were to show up on the chart, obviously up here, but let's say that it shows up and it's here, like, well, Vinny, that's on the flat line. Yes, but if this has been on the flat line,
DCDME,
and then I get an enigma, I'm good. Does everybody understand that? If you get it, type a 1. If you're not, if you don't understand that, type a 2. Eddie, another spot here to clip that little teaching section there, and let's put that in a separate video or a short as well. Flatline, enigma, avoidance, because they're so good everywhere, right? I mean, I want to take those enigmas. It's my favorite play. Okay, there's a 2-minute warning. So this coloration on my background is coming from one of our indicators that you can put on your chart. I believe it's in our defaults right now if you've got the most recent installation and version. Time regions right now, I've got the ones checked off that I want. There's a 10:10 to 10 a.m. warning selected, and here are others that I go. I don't have everything checked. You can do any of them. These are the ones that I teach, so everything that I teach is already preloaded in there for you. If you want a warning, you can. I have mine set to 2 minutes. You can set yours to whatever you want. I want to be notified 2 minutes before one of those zones comes up. And so, see, I was sitting there babbling away, chatting about stuff I would have totally forgotten and lost track of time, right? But what's on my chart? How can I miss that? My background is yellow. You can make that color anything you want, by the way. It does not have to be, you know, the ugly puke yellow. If you don't want, make it whatever you want. That is just my personal choice there to make sure I don't miss it. So that's what's going on here on the background colorings. And there we are. We are at 10:10 right now. So this is the sit on hands zone generally. So I'm going to size down. I'm going to leave my full auto on, but I'm going to go grab my coffee because that's what we do.
Billions and 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 billions.
All right, so only got one trade here this morning. Remember ES and all the different things going on with stuffs here. But again, following my rules, winner, chicken dinner. Talked a lot about that yesterday. If you don't know what we're talking about, go back and watch yesterday's morning and afternoon session. Within 5 trades, I want 2 winners, and that needs to be enough to put chicken dinner on the table. And then anything after that is a bonus. And I like to approach the markets with, like I'm thinking about 5 lives, like in a video game. Keeps me from over trading, and just a way to kind of approach the markets in a structured way. So we're going to be going and grabbing that coffee and maybe put a little creamer on top. I don't know. What do you guys, how do you guys like your coffee? I'm just curious. Like, I like a lot of hazelnut. What do you guys do? If I had one of those cool frothers, yeah, I would probably do those. Oh yeah, don't forget about the back to school offer there, $24.99. We never do that ever, but there's also a payment plan option as well. I've been away for a while, so I wanted to make sure as I'm coming back with you guys. It's great to be back with you. Love you guys. I'm gonna go grab that coffee here. I've got my full auto still on here. I've got it set to 1 quantity, which means it's gonna be doing 2 contracts there during this zone. 20 minutes. I will sit on hands and grab that coffee.
55.
And let's see how the full auto does there through this coffee zone. We're getting some decent speed here. Now, if the speed wasn't good, and if this psychology module comes up and puts the big X over the chart, the psychology module will tell me that, hey, I might want to come and turn that off. At the same time, I'll be away here, but I'm willing to risk that here this morning. Up 375, 1 trade in. Risk is minimized. Don't forget this is automatically going to fire off my stops and targets for me, so it is bracketed. And I'm going to grab that coffee reheat. I'll be right back.
Speed of ES56. Speed of ES56. Fib.es on the 9. Speed of ES63. Speed of ES83. Speed of ES63. Speed of ES63. Speed of ES62. Speed of ES58. Speed of ES70. Speed of ES60. Speed of ES60. Speed of ES66. Speed of ES54. Divergence down ES on the 34.
Alrighty then. Mic check, mic check. Anybody still here? So we've got about 6 minutes.
Speed of ES64.
All right, so 6 minutes in till the 10:30. Yeah, so that's the thing about ES as well, is ES is going to be more reactive to even the smaller elements, whereas we may need to line more things up on the wild Nasdaq. Hey, Manny. What's up, everybody? We still have now 5 minutes until 10:30, kind of to sit on hands and assess.
Speed of ES62.
Since a lot of people have left, do me a favor, those who are still here. Why don't you guys type to me, what is your favorite entry strategy? Hit the moonshot. Here's a nice shark back coming up right here. That is tempting, but the ES on the 89s, that bar is not finished. If that bar was finished, maybe. Shark back, HMD, PRZ cross, DCR, DCDM. Look at that beautiful shark back, ended up working out after all. Nice little double head fake. It's up to it, then it's like head fake, and drop out. Beautiful shark back play there, right into, again, purely structure. I did not see an order flow event come in there to assist with that. Made it a little bit more difficult. But yeah, take a minute to share with us your favorite Algobox entry strategy. Maybe a large alpha omega reversal, the AOR. Enigma plus audio box, yeah. Moonshot, yes, come on, you gotta love that. Ooh, the MACV BB bands play, very nice. Headshot plus Enigma, ooh, juicy. DCDM, oh yeah, here comes all the DCDM players. Yeah, I mean, if I had to only walk away with one thing and it wasn't the Enigma, Give me the DCDM. Give me a double cross. It just, that's where you know algorithmic activity is taking over in one of those locations, and you know it's going to be a move. The continuation or the reversal, depending on where you're at relative to an accumulation distribution zone. Are you in accumulation? Are you in a distribution that's not fully extended? And then it just tells you, right? It's a great read. Fib dot on the higher bars with an entry on the lower AB. Yeah, very nice. That is a multi-time frame combo Edward's throwing down there. I like that. Double bright dots. Double dots with bright. Yes, so higher powered double dot entry. Pff, can't miss that, right? The AO reversals. I knew somebody was going to pop those in there. How can you not like the AO reversals? Absolutely. Moonshot, yeah, still currently one of my favorites. If I've got Enigma, yeah, let's roll.
ES51.
Enigma plus anything, Mr. Bender, yep. The crosses right now, yeah, right now on ES, you know, the crosses are just handing out cake, right? Okay, pop down, ECR, boom, up in it. Every one of these has been some type of pivot turn. On ES particularly, yes. Moonshots, of course. HMD. Harmona dot. Harmonic plus Afabella dot. Multi-power entry. Yes, gotta love it. And let's see here. Now 2 minutes from 10:30. Did not get an entry across. No Enigmas showing up there. Well, we are right at about an hour. Don't forget, I look for 60 to 90 minutes or 5 trades, whichever comes first. And we are kind of in between there. We're at an hour and 15 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it here. We'll be back for the afternoon session. Thanks for hanging out. Don't forget the back to school special. Where's my button for that? Share it with your friends. Don't forget, we also have a referral program. And right now, referrals are paying doubles. Double for your trouble in the month of August. Again, a lot of people go on vacations and things. So here, double for your trouble. So your current rate, whatever you are getting paid for referrals, it is now double. You want to help a friend, bring them on by, back to school offer, and you're getting paid double for your referral. Thanks for hanging out. For me, Pippi, Robbie, Lunchbot, Moscow, Curtis, G, and Eddie P.
69.
I am sending out the big H-Town. See ya! Art team. Show them how it's done.
The old adage where, you know, the individual investor doesn't have a chance because the institutional investor has better technology, better information, and, you know, more money and better opportunity, I don't think it's real anymore. I think the edge is on the individual investor because they're small, they're nimble, they can trade, they can use, they have better front-end technology.
Don't waste your time. Leave the technical analysis to us. You just play the game.
Speed of ES80. BWS 73.